10 minutes late. Welcome. I hope you're great. Hey, Facebook and what is the Facebook and Instagram and YouTube? Hey guys, I hope you will. Hope you are keeping warm. Here in South Africa, we are going through the most with the winter, guys. I am like not happy with all this winter stuff. I'm tired of getting dressed like thoroughly. So I am going to wait for you guys to log in a little bit because I am late. Probably some people couldn't be able to join us because they saw me not coming online in time. I hope you're having a lovely day, though. I hope you're having a lovely day. So, all right, okay. We can do this. We can start with our work for the day. So, I hope you guys have had a lovely Father's Day yesterday. Yesterday was Father's Day, and yeah, like a lot of a lot of fights happened online because of all sorts of stuff that was triggering so many people around Father's Day, but we are fine. We're fine. We're gonna be okay. We're all gonna be fine. You know what? We need to heal from our father's stuffs. Every healing has a reason why it must happen. Every healing is important. So things that we go through, we cannot just like throw stones at. Those things are good for us to gain some understanding of something, and we should allow ourselves to go through that. We should allow ourselves to have that time. So thank you so much for joining me. Today we're talking about healers. Like last Monday, we're talking about healers. We are continuing on this topic. We're going to be looking at why you get triggered by a healer. When you do get triggered by a healer, what is that telling you? And also we're going to talk about how healers are normally are received when they don't know that they are healers yet in the community. There are so many things that happen to healers while they have no idea they are healers, but then they just think life is unfair to them. So we're going to talk about those things. Please make sure that you call in whoever you need to call in, tag them, share the video, click on the likes, click on all the stuff that needs to be clicked. Make sure that you're sharing so that people who needs to hear this, other healers, other people who are sent in the planet to stand in the gap for others. It could be in any way. It could be you are standing in the gap for people in terms of being a CEO. It could be that you even like in families, you stand in the gap for your family. So people just like will not so much like you for that whole entire reason that you're there to help them. And sometimes when you do help them, they just throw stones at you for helping actually. So yeah, that's all we're talking about today. So make sure you are clicking on the like, you are clicking on the share. Let everybody that needs to hear this message hear it. They are probably somewhere there in your timeline. Let them know. And before we start, Wednesday, we're having a very, 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 very exciting topic. I don't even want to talk about what we're going to be talking about Wednesday, but Wednesday, it's going to be closer to the full moon that we're having on the weekend on Friday. So we're going to be talking about spiritual energies that are in your house. How do you know they are there? What must you do? Spirits that are disturbing you from sleep, why they're there, what do they want from you, how do you get them to leave you alone so that you can sleep, so that you don't have insomnia, spirits that are trying to have fun on your behalf, sex-wise, alcohol-wise, what do you do with all of that? Sometimes there are people who are going through so much in life and it's not even your thing. Like you think you're addicted to alcohol, you're not. Just like you have so many things around your house that are causing you to do all this crazy stuff because they need it for themselves. Like we're going to talk about that topic. I just like, oh God, help me. But we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. So today we're not talking about that. Thank goodness we're talking about healers. So have you clicked likes? Have you clicked on the share button? If you click on the share button, just write and say, I've clicked. Okay, Okay, I hope I am not disturbing you guys on Instagram with this touching of this mic. Let me try put it up here. Please let me know if you cannot hear me on Instagram, because this is the mic for Instagram. Okay, so let's get on with the topic of the day. Now, why would you get triggered by a healer? So, and how does it happen? This happened to me like so many times. So I'm going to talk about my experience, and then you see if that, sounds like something you've seen before, sounds like something you've experienced yourself. So now, when there was a time when I wasn't a healer, there was a time when I had no idea I was a healer, I was going to be a healer or anything like that. There was a time where just like, I'm a normal human being. I didn't care about healers and what they do in their lives. I was like, okay, whatever, guys, do your thing. Don't care. And then life sort of started to go into another gear. And one of the things that happened was that I myself started to be asked by people for so much more than just what I was giving to people. So here I was, an entrepreneur. I was a great entrepreneur. I was winning awards. I was successful. And people started to say, no, see, you are Black, you are young, you are a woman. Tell us what happened. How did you get here? And I mean, I knew how I got there. I literally had a whole mindset change. I had a coach, I had all these things, but the most important thing for me at the time was that I changed my mindset. So I knew that was it. And when I said to people, it was the mindset at that time, I mean, right today, people understand what you mean when you say mindset change. At that time, way back like 10 years, maybe more than 10 years ago, there wasn't coaches, especially in South Africa. There wasn't any of this. I mean, even law of attraction was just about to be here. Like The Secret was the one thing that sort of made sense around those things. But people didn't understand that there I was, me now talking about something that they have no idea in. And people looked at me funny and were like, oh, you don't want to tell us who you know, you don't want to tell us your connections. And I was like, no, guys, there's no connection. All these things are just miracles. These things, I didn't even know about manifestations, but I was manifesting all this kind of stuff. I was manifesting awards. I could show you guys like awards everywhere, like that I got. I was getting so much stuff done that I always wanted. And I didn't even know that I was manifesting stuff. I didn't understand what was happening. I just knew that I had learned how to think in a different way, and this was working. So I would say to them, and they'll be like, no. And then this whole thing of tell us more started. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll tell you more. Then I thought, okay, fine, I get everybody to come under a tree in Emerisha. Some of you who came under a tree in Emerisha, I see you. You are here with me today. And these people came with me under a tree in Emerisha. And most of these were women, and there was men, of course. But then most of them will come like thinking it's a high tea, and I'll be like, no, we are coming under a tree, like to just like do a congregation under a tree, like nothing fancy. And people will be so disappointed that I wasn't doing a high tea. I mean, I was just literally calling them under a tree to tell them that they can manifest stuff that I didn't even know what it was called manifestation at the time. It was just a weirdest thing ever. And people would come and they would listen and they'd be like, you don't make sense. I'll be like, I know, but I'm telling the truth. Okay. So that went on, and more people started to be like, okay, fine, let me go try this thing because, I'm broke. My life is a mess. Let me just go try what you said we should do. And they will try it and it will work. And they'll be like, oh my God, this thing actually works. So from there, then this whole entire thing of me helping people around this mindset thing grew. And the more it grew, I understood that I needed to share more to people, and people wanted to know more. People wanted to sit down with me now for a whole hour and ask me these things and like talk to me. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Then I was like, okay, fine. I had that. I can now, I had a coach that was sitting with me and doing these things with me. But then they said to me, you know what, you can be also a coach because this looks like that's what coaches do, right? They teach, they counsel, they do all these things. And I was like, okay, fine. So I became a coach. And that was going well until one day, while I was in sessions with people, a person will come and they will tell me their problem like normal, and we'll talk about the problem and I will coach them through the problem. I mean, when you learn coaching, you learn a method of coaching a person, what you don't say to a person, what you say, da 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 da. So there I was then thinking, oh my God, my life is great, and I was doing that. But then a person will be talking, but then I'll be hearing a whole lot of other things they're not saying. And when I start to ask them the stuff, the people will be like, how do you know that? Oh my God, actually, that is true. Oh my God, how do you know? I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I don't know where that comes from. And things will come out of my mouth literally in the sessions. I was just trying to be a coach, an accredited coach, an internationally accredited coach, like doing my job as I was told. And all of a sudden, I will know before a person comes through the door what is their problem. If they had take from a boyfriend, I will know before they sit down why they're there. And I will tell them, sometimes they'll be like, can I just try this on you? Are you here for this and this and this? Then they'll be like, how do you know? And I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know how I know. So I wasn't ready. And then, of course, that's when I then understood that I was a healer. Long story. Come today, I take people to the river and we do all sorts of stuff under the sun, right? So now, during that period, from the time when I left the tree to the time when I finally said, yes, I'm a healer. And I mean, it took a long time. Even after, I will see things, I will hear things when I'm sleeping. I will see people that I'm supposed to see the next day. I will know their problems. I'll know what to tell them. I know what they need to do and all this. I mean, it took me a long time for me to finally just like agree to hold off all of this. Like, okay, fine, this is like my life. Like, I just couldn't imagine my life like that. I mean, it came with a whole lot of stuff that I was told, like, as a Christian, born again Christian, you don't do this stuff. And I mean, but the stuff was happening to me. I wasn't even asking for it. The stuff was happening to me. So I was dreaming, all the stuff. Now, there was a time then where I had to then now improve on this gift. So, I mean, not really improve, but like understand it further. And then I will then, of course, go to other healers that will show me the way. I mean, today I'm that person who also show people the way through this. And well, for me, I think I'm lucky. I don't know if it's a lucky thing or not. I don't have to twice. I didn't have to. And people who come to me, people who feel that they should come to me, are people who are not supposed to do twice and all of these things. There are people who are supposed to start this thing at a much higher level than twice. So in that process, it's more like you learn the ropes that you're supposed to do. That is like high technology that you have to understand, you to be able to deliver it in the you mode, other than going and be taught this is how you become a healer. So most of the people that come to me, when they go to Twasa, they are told one model and it never fits them, and then they come out like what I can't do. And most of them, even when they find out that they are healers, they can't actually like handle the whole entire thing of your Twasa and all these things. But it's because they have to make a model for themselves. So that is the scariest part, because like you don't know what's happening. At least if Mario Twasa, somebody's going to tell you what to do, but then that is not your route. You can't be told what to do. You have to go into the fifth dimension and find out for yourself what you need to do. And it's like fifth dimension, go say, I'm going to leave my body here and go there. Oh, hell no. I have a whole entire course of how to go to the fifth dimension and come back. And the people who have done it, finally, they don't call me at night and be like, Lucy, I've been somewhere already. Like, what is going on in my life? They don't send me the long voice notes. Guys, you have no idea how many long voice notes I get about people who are scared of using their astral bodies. But it's fun. I mean, if you need that course, let me know how to use your astral body and all of that. We're not talking about that today. We're not starting that conversation. Please do not start it. Not today. I don't have the energy. I had a long day. I've been talking since 11 o'clock. I am exhausted. We are not having that conversation of out-of-body experiences. So, but when you don't go through that whole process, you get into that level where you have to understand a hell lot of things outside this universe. Well, outside the planet, outside planet Earth, and connect with other planets, connect with other beings, learn a whole lot of stuff outside of here that you need to bring here and actually make use of these things, heal people, heal industries, heal a lot, our government, all these things. There's so many people who are not wanting to go out of here to get the help. Earth is like a room, a small room in a big mansion. When you get out of Earth and you go outside of Earth, you see like, oh my God, they told us never to touch this door of going out of Earth. But then why am I talking about this? Let's leave the subject. Now, between the time when I was now finally saying, okay, fine, I'm gonna share what I know, what worked for me, till the day when I said, okay, fine, now I understand that I'm a healer, I am a full-blown healer. I had to be taken through a process of several people that led me and led my journey, and they came in different forms, in different ways. Others came as coaches, others came as healers, others came as all sorts of things that they were helping me. But every time when there was a big thing that I needed to heal, I would sometimes start to hate the healer. The healer, I will block the healer on Facebook. I will delete their WhatsApp number. I will just not want to hear anything from them. So maybe I would have been working with them maybe for like 2-3 months, and all of a sudden they will say something that I feel like, oh, how dare you say that? Da, 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 da. So sometimes it will feel like I think like I can compete with them. Sometimes it will feel like I think like they don't understand what they're doing. Sometimes I will feel like just jealous of them, just like all sorts of dramatic stuff will happen that I don't want to see this healer like at all. Like I do not show up in my life. I mean, some of it still happens. It's just that I understand what's happening now, so I don't entertain the drama because I know what's happening. But I will start to want to repel from them. And this was because at that point we were working out with one of the most tense things in my life that I didn't want to let go, and I will blame them for telling it to me. I will judge them. I mean, to me it happens all the time. There are people who come to me and say, but I came for the first session to you and you offended me. You offended me so thoroughly that it took me a whole entire year to come to you for the second session. And I'll be like, oh my goodness, what did I say? And I mean, they would just say I offended them. But it's because sometimes when you're not wanting the healing because you are so scared of who you can become, you totally run and self-sabotage anything that has to do with your healing. You just become like, you get so offended, you don't wanna look at that direction. It's like a person who they keep telling you, oh no, this husband of yours is beating you up, leave him. The people who tell you, who are telling you leave him, is beating you up, you don't want to talk to them. You want to delete them. You think they are jealous of you. You think they want to they want your happiness. I mean, you don't have happiness, but then like I don't know what you're talking about, but like you come up with all sorts of stories. Oh, they're jealous of me. Oh, that's why they are telling me to leave him, but he's beating you up. And they're just telling you, you know what, you're going to die. But then now you don't want to talk to them. They are the bad person. You go and tell your husband, this one is jealous of us. That is what happens. Even in the healing space, when a healer is about to touch your biggest button, you run for your life. Now, I am not saying healers should abuse people, because also that happens. Healers can really, really mess you up when they get their chance. Because nabonje, they are toxic sometimes. Like, my goodness, I can tell you stories upon stories. So that is why I always say, when you are a healer on a daily basis, you need to go to that Lord's Prayer and say, please forgive me for my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. You need to ask God to forgive you on a daily basis of the things you do wrong, because you work with people. I mean, today I'm saying, I started at 11 to 12. I had a 1 hour session with Olmochwa. Then from 11, every hour until now, at what? At 4, I had a client every hour. How many people are that? And then at 5, I was speaking on radio and a radio interview. And at 6, I am here. So I've been speaking to people, all sorts of different people. There was how many people in the morning? About 500 people I was speaking to on Zoom in that session. And I could have said so many things to mess them up. And then there is a whole lot of people that I was healing during the day. And then there's a whole lot of people right now online from 3 different platforms. There's people on Instagram, there's people on Facebook, on YouTube that I'm talking to right now. So I need to make sure that I've asked God in the morning, in my prayer, that I am going to be talking to people. Please watch my tongue for me. Watch my tongue for me, that I do not hurt these people. These people are coming to me for healing. I do not hurt them. And at the end of the day, because I do not know when my shadow self will show up, I always ask my shadow self, you are not invited to any of my sessions. And once I put on the gear that I have to put on when I'm working with people, I tell my shadow self, leave it, girl. I'll see you after work when we deal with life as me, as Busi Selesho. During the day, I am not Busi Selesho. I am somebody who's sent by God, and I have to do the work of the Lord. And these people are not mine. They are God's people. I need to say to them what God needs them to hear. So you need to do that as a healer on a daily basis. That prayer in the Lord's Prayer is so critical for you to understand what that means. Ask God to forgive you where you have not done right. And then there's an if statement there. It says that as forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespassed against us. It's a two-way zone. You have to also forgive other people. You have to ask for forgiveness because you don't know who you might have offended. Sometimes a person is just running away because it's their own healing, and then they are blaming you. You are jealous of them now. You don't want them to see. Maybe, like I have to give people messages. Maybe they want a boyfriend, and the message I'm giving them is that God says, don't you dare leave that one alone. It's like, he's jealous of my Jola. Okay. Sometimes, of course, I got that message, but then again, the messages that I get, I am given the responsibility to send them to the person in a certain way. And you do not want to be in my shoes when I have to do this, especially the boyfriend stuff. Oh my goodness, people can die for boyfriends and girlfriends. So I've been in trouble telling people to stop sleeping with, let me just say it, stop sleeping with people they shouldn't be sleeping with. I have gotten in so much trouble telling people that. But then I have to try to make it sound correct, politically correct, heartfelt correct. Oh, yeah, I can't just be like, oh no, stop sleeping with that. No, I can't. So again, I have to ask God for that wisdom. I have to ask God that I say it the correct way, that the person does not get hurt. The person can actually heal from it, not just be worse after the session. Because there are coaches. You go to a coach after the session, it was a healing session, but you want to kill yourself afterwards. And it's because sometimes they haven't understood that they are doing the work of the Lord. And they are in the physical for a reason, that they have to do the work in a certain manner. So I'm not saying healers are good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, watch yourself. Why do you think this healer now is jealous of you? Why do you think this healer now don't want you to have happiness? Why do you think this healer now doesn't know what they're doing? Like I just told you the story of a person when the other one is telling them leave that person, and then they are all of a sudden be like, you jealous of me? You go tell the person, yeah, this person said we must stop because they are jealous of me. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing them as an enemy now instead of healing your own stuff. So now If you are running, there is a reason you are running. Watch what you're running from. What is this that now you and the healer are supposed to heal you now? Why is it that at this point, all this time you thought they were amazing, then at this time you think they are not amazing? What are you running from? Because what you are running from, you're gonna find in the next heal, unless the next healer is not just taking your money. But normally, what will happen is that you will get to the other healer, and they will have to open that door also. They will have to also say, hey, let's check this room. Have you cleaned this one? You'll be like, no, close that room. I'm not ready. So rather than thinking that this healer is not good enough for you, this healer is not the one, ask yourself, what part of me is scared in this? And I'm not saying push yourself, especially if you feel like you're not ready. I'm not saying push yourself. I'm just saying acknowledge that you are scared at this moment and tell even the healer. You don't have to tell the healer. The healer actually don't care. I mean, I don't care who thinks I'm amazing, who thinks I'm not, who wants to come for a session, which I really like, seriously. Well, I sure care. I'm sorry, I sure care. But you don't have to tell the healer anyway, anything. But sit down with yourself and say to yourself, okay, I'm going to give me 3 months to just like get used to this idea. And then I will go back to this healer and continue where we left off. Do not run. Do not listen to the devil that's telling you this person is jealous of you. They can't be jealous of you. They're just trying to help. I mean, it's a lot of work as to get here where I am trying to help people every day. I have to do too many prayers to be healing people. I do not have time for that story of like be jealous of anybody. I have no need. And I tell you, there are people who come broke and they leave me millionaires who having way more money than me. I don't care. Really, like, I do not care. So that is why you get triggered by healers. It's because you need to heal a certain part of you that scares you about you, which is the point that I want to get to, is that for you to not be to get, I mean, I have been triggered by online courses. I know there was one online courses for shadow work that I actually called the guy who was doing this, and I told him where to get off. I mean, this is not even him dealing with me one-on-one. It's just a course he created for millions of people. I got so offended during that course, and that's when I knew, oh my goodness, definitely not him, it's me. Because I mean, really 2 million people are going through this, and now I'm offended by it. So there are people who get offended by my courses also, and they are so offended. It's either they are offended or they find something wrong with the course, or they find how my spellings are wrong, or I typed it wrong, or this is not right. You know, I mean, I'm not saying people shouldn't give feedback. I mean, feedback is amazing, but I know, and this is like, I can tell you, there's one lady I met. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's probably here listening. I met during my book launch, and this lady, I was doing a book launch and I wasn't interested in doing the book launch. I was just like getting it done. And she came to me. She was like, what is wrong with you? How can you have flowers like this? This place looks like a crappy place. And she told me where to get off during my own book launch. During the lunch, I didn't even know her from a bar of soap. And I knew in my spirit that it wasn't her talking, it was my guys who were telling me, how dare I make such a mess of a book launch? You know, this is serious. And I just like didn't even pay attention to it. I just like, whatever, let it happen. I am a person like that. I really like, you know. So now I knew it wasn't her that was telling me this. I knew it was my guys who were talking through her. So I took that feedback very, very seriously. And there are people who come to me to give me feedback, and it's not my guys speaking. It's them and their own troubles trying to run. And they will tell me, oh, this is like this, this is like this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And they want to run. They will start all this drama. And then sometimes they will call other people and tell, let's stop doing it. Because, you know, like this and this and this. That is a person trying to run. And I know when it's my guides. I know when it's a person trying to run. Because I do the prayer to ask that if it's wrong, Show me, send somebody to tell me it's wrong. If it needs fixing, send somebody to tell me it needs fixing. And I mean, when it comes to admin, I have so many mistakes in admin that you cannot finish my admin mistakes. Like anybody who's ever done a course with me knows that my admin mistakes are way above the mountains of Jordan. You know, when they say my sins were higher than a mountain, they're talking about my admin problems. those sins are higher than a mountain. It's my admin problems. They are that high. I mean, I don't know what happened to me with admin, but I'm that bad. So when a person comes to me and tell me about an admin issue, I know, I know. So, but I know also that there are those who come because they are trying to run and they are not ready to face whatever. And then they will find a way of running. So what I'm saying to you is that when you get triggered, always when you get triggered, it's not about the person who's triggering you. It's about you. That thing will never trigger you if you do not have something that you need to heal around that triggering. So yesterday it was Thursday, people were triggered everywhere. Of course, I mean, Thursday is fine, but if it triggers you, then there's a problem. Others were triggered like, you know, we know what's up. Others were like, oh no, we don't know what's up. All of them are triggered. Once you're triggered, it doesn't matter which side of the trigger you are on, you are triggered. Me so also yesterday I was triggered. It's a trigger because we have father wounds and we're still dealing. Every day it's an onion. It keeps peeling. Nobody can say it correct, like, ooh, me, I'm done with this. People who are not triggered, they never even commented, they never even liked it, they just looked and whatever, what are you guys doing today? Like, whatever. But people who have those problems were on it. The whole entire day, we were on it. We were triggered. Okay, so then we found another layer of the onion that we needed to heal. I mean, of course, there are levels to these things. So that is the first part of this. So you can start asking your questions, and then we're going to talk about the other part of it now. The second part of it is when now, and this happens normally when you're not sure yet, when you don't know yet that you're a healer. You get abused by people in this life. You get thoroughly abused. Now, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. The abuse is too much. They never pay you enough in that company. They can pay everybody else correct, but they will not pay you. They can give everybody else a promotion, but they will not give it to you. They can take everybody serious and give them recognition and give them da-da-da-da. They will never give it to you. You know how many people are sitting down every day and they're asking for, I work so much and nobody gives me recognition. I'm like, oh, Jesus, there's another one. Oh, Lord, there are so many. You can do the most amazing job, not gonna get it. Now, and then you think, oh, no, man, it's just that people are jealous at work. I mean, all the people who come to me, people are jealous. You come back with all the stories of how people are jealous about you and they don't want to give you pay. Okay, fine. Then they go, these amazing people. Then they start their own businesses, right? I mean, like here, who's going to be jealous of you? Oh, guess what? Still, clients don't want to pay all the invoices. They want quotations changed and discounts. You submit and nobody takes you serious. You go to the departments, the lady at the reception wants to tell you to go back home. Every time you're there, you can complain all you want about everything. You know, there are people who go to the same government department that you have been, that you want a signature or whatever, and it takes you 5 months to get it. There are other people who get it the same day. And I tell you, they are not as amazing as you are. And you like, what is wrong with these people? No, it's not these people, it's you. Yeah, guys, I've been on the other side where people don't want to help me with anything because I had not said yes. And now people actually, when I'm in the queue, they call me and say, you lady, come here, man, let us help you. Even at Home Affairs, I don't queue anymore. The other day I went to print my kid's certificate at Home Affairs. They asked me, like, come here quickly, let me help you fast while this one is busy doing stuff. And I was dumped the queue, got my kid's certificate, and I was gone. This department's shame, they are sent for you, not us. So I used to think, oh, these people are so rude and da 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 da. But I've seen that once you said yes to God, the favor of the Lord goes with you everywhere. Now, people will be calling you and they will ask for a quote. Before you give them a quote, they already ask for an invoice. You give the invoice, 10 minutes later, they pay it. And you're like, what happened here? What just happened? I haven't even sent nothing much. And then they're already paying. So I am saying to you is that when you haven't said yes, and saying yes is not a big deal. You don't need a cow, no chicken, no nothing to say yes. You need to make a decision. That is what I had to make. You need to make a decision, but you can't make the decision before you've healed some of the things in your life. So there are people who come to me and I tell them, you need to make a decision. But of course, I understand you can't make the decision now. So we need to get you through so much healing sessions. And then you are going to be ready to say yes. And saying yes, literally, you just have to light a candle and say yes. That's all. Nothing dramatic. You don't have to pay anybody. You don't have to bakukhuphule, bakwehlise, bakwenzeni. No. I will need any of those things. You don't have to pay anybody one rand, because the people who sent you, they are talking to you. They don't need nobody to be a what? A third person, a salesperson. You don't need a salesperson to be selling your story to your guys. Your guys like have been here with you your whole entire life. They've been here with you. You don't need a sales pitch for about them. Maybe you do. I mean, I'm doing a sales pitch for you to just like go and check your guides sometimes. That's all you need. You don't need to be paying anybody anything to lift up wada and to kupula what in you. Like seriously, guys. Some of you do not have nothing kukhuphula. Yonke into ikhuphukile la needs to khuphuka. Ikhuphuke. Mina guys khona umunye wangitshela wathi ufuna ukungikuphulela all sorts of stuff. Mdadlala ngami kanye yonke into ikhuphukile. Luckily my guys were like, stop it. Don't do it. And I was like, okay, fine, wait. Angicabanga ukuthi khona into efuna ukukhushula. So uzobhadala uze ube bitter. While ubhizi ufuna ukukhushulela izinto while you are okay. But you just need healing so that you can make the decision. Because before you do that, now why do people behave like this towards you? Now the thing is this, you've got such power. Now they see the power in you, you don't see the power. So they are trying to sort of divert themselves away from you. So that's why at work, nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody wants to take you serious. Nobody wants to give you a raise. Nobody, because they're just trying to not be in your space because we are basinda. And I mean, there's people who have told me like, Busi, wena, I cannot work with you. Uzongiphupisela izinto zami. And I'll be like, but Nkosi, me, like, athi Busi wena uzongiphupisela izinto zami, angifuni ukusebenza nawe. Angitshela kahle. And there are so many of you who works in offices lapho abantu khona bakubona khona ukuthi uzophuphisa izinto zabo, but when you have no idea ukuthi uzophuphisa izinto zabo. So you think they are just jealousing you and they don't like you. No, you are scaring the hell out of them. The only thing they can do is to smother you. Try to take that life out of you because you are just way too much, but you have no idea. So when you finally say yes, you actually then start to say yes to this power. And then when you say yes to this power, then when you show up, people shut up and listen. So that is why you need to know who you are. If you knew who you are, you wouldn't find yourself running from healing. You wouldn't find yourself getting abused by human beings in life because you do not know who you are. So if you know what's good for you, make sure you find out who you are. And this is a process of you doing the work of finding who you are before you even do anything else. Just like you need to just know who you are and understand what's up with you. So and again, I mean, we only have 1 hour and it's finished already. I can't believe this. It's finished already. So this coming Sunday, we're having our Goddess Academy. So for the ladies, we're having our Goddess a session for the month of June. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about finding yourself. Who are you? You know, the Bible says knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. When you know who you are, these things will not keep causing you trouble. So make sure that you come through Sunday. We're starting at 4. We end at 8. It's 4 hours. And I'm gonna do also that same session for the guys. By the way, we have now a king class. Ha! We have a king class. I am so totally amazing. I'll tell you all about the king class some other time. Today I don't have the energy. I'm totally exhausted. But we've got a king class. The king class in July, that's the topic we're going to be doing. Finding who you are, understanding who you are, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So we're going to be doing that. And if you understand who you are, if you know how to find who you are, if you understand what's up with you, these things will not be your problem in life. These things will not be standing in your way. You will actually, there are people who say, we graduated together with this person, and this person today is a manager. I'm still in the junior department. I'm still a receptionist. What happened to me? Oh, you really want to know what happened to you? You don't know who you are. They know who they are. The only thing the universe can give us is what we know. There are things you don't know about you that are causing you a whole lot of stuff. You better understand them. I know I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's horrible when you don't know who you are. People will tell you they want to kupula stuff from you. You will go and kupula things that don't need nothing like that. Create yourself even worse problems than the ones you have. If you don't know who you are, people will tell you Maluyo twice and uzohambuyo twice and uzobuyo una worse problems than the ones you were left with, because you don't know who you are. And I'm not saying Twasa is wrong. There are people who twice and they need to know that. There are people who twice and they need to know that. There are people who CEO and they need to know that. You have to know yourself. That's the beginning of all wisdom, because when you know yourself, you wouldn't be an accountant that is supposed to be a cleaner. You wouldn't be a cleaner that's supposed to be a chef. Okay, so today is a good day. I think there are no questions. Yay, we're gonna finish in time. Hey, Tavi Singh says, True Busi, I'm running away. Where are you running to? Tavi Singh. Hey, Miss Latra says, thank you. I'm thankful for you, Busi. Thank you so much for joining us. Boss Mom, you are laughing at the stuff that we're talking about. Be Empowered says, no, I'm laughing at myself right now. Okay, so anybody who's got a question, there's a question. The blind guy, his wife, and their life says, you're always so informative. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for always showing up for the sessions. I don't see any questions on Instagram. Let me just check. I don't see any questions on Instagram. So this looks like today I get to be off duty faster. It means, guys, I'm calling right today, ne? Question. So thank you so much for joining, and do make sure that you join us on Sunday. Sunday is the 20 what? Sunday is the 20. I posted this on Instagram. I've posted this on Facebook, but let me just check the date. And the email, it's pa@busiselesho.com. Yeah, it's 27 June, Sunday, 4 p.m. We are doing the goddess ceremony. We're starting at 4 until 8 p.m. And then on July, I'm not sure of the date. I'll post that for the guys, because when we talk to the guys, it's a different level, because they are masculine, and when I'm talking to the women, they are feminine. So we have to work with the energy so that life becomes easier. So wellness SA something, I can't see. She says, how do you do the work to start knowing yourself? So please join us Saturday, Sunday, so that we can just like literally have 4 hours of doing this. We're going to be doing practical work. We're going to be doing spiritual work. We're going to be talking about all of this. We're going to be doing channeling messages on who you should be. So it's going to be a totally amazing Sunday. Sunday on the 27th. Please join us. Zota says, thank you, Busi. Much appreciate. Thank you, Zota, for joining us. Okay, so somebody else says, this is so me. I really need to find and know myself. Please do, because yay, people are being like robbed out there of things, positions, money. The money you deserve at your workplace, you're not getting it because you haven't said yes to. You know what the thing is this? You don't have to say, yes, I'm a healer, and then you leave your job. No. And I mean, there's a lady who came to me, I think about 6 months ago. I think it was January. And her worst nightmare was, because she loved her job actually, it was that she thought that saying yes to, she's been told she's a healer all the time since she was young, but she didn't want to say yes because she loved her job. She thought this healer thing is going to take her away from this job and she was going to lose her life. And you know what? When she came to me, I told her, you don't have to leave your job. You're supposed to be a healer in that organization. The organization had hired you from day one. You've been working there for 5 years. They hired you from day one because they needed your energy. They needed you to be a healer there. You're not supposed to cure up people like me and heal them one by one. When being there, talking to the people, being in the boardroom meetings, being the manager there, you are the one that is called for this company. This company's growth is on you. That is why when you say yes, they will start to give you the position. They will start to give you the money you want. They will worship the ground you walk on. Guess what? Today, she is a head of department in that organization, something she never thought of. And guess what? They pay her as almost the CEO. They don't mind what she asks. And she is on a daily basis talking to people about their stuff, helping people. And she knows, I mean, one of the things that she learned was that she needed to use light energy healing, which is some of the stuff that we do in the healer's journey when I'm helping energy healers learn, or not energy healers, all healers learn how to do this healing work. And she does that. She goes into a meeting and she starts doing that. And the thing is that you might think that, oh no, I can't be there in the company. They pay me for doing my whatever work. Now I can't be there healing their people for free. No, guys, like, you don't charge people for healing. The only thing that people pay me for is my 1 hour, which is not even worth it. Whatever. They just volunteer the channel between me and them, me and their guides. But I don't make my money from healing people. But I tell you, everything I need in this planet, everything I say I need, it happens to me like, oh my goodness. And it comes in ways like I would have never thought. So that is the whole point. Every time I heal somebody, I put on my bank account. Every time I heal somebody, I put on my spiritual bank account. And when I say, God, I want this, God, deal with me for that one. Yeah. That's why you don't want to mess with me. Like, people who know, they know. You don't want to mess with me. My account is fully booked. Whatever I say goes. And it's not because I do healing to get a living from it. No. I had to understand that it wasn't about that. So when you're in that company, you are sent to do that. All the healing you do for free, they will pay you, like they will run to pay you. So yeah. So sometimes you think that you shouldn't be a healer. You don't want to accept that you're a healer because you don't want to lose what you already have because it's going well. No, that's not what it means. No. Unless, I mean, if you go and all this, then I mean, it's another story. But it's not like it's broke. No, you can't be. Okay. Pale says, I love your content, Coco. Hi, Pale. It's informative, especially as self-initiates. Yep. Thank you, Pale. Pale on Instagram. Okay. So, the blind guy says, no question. You make things so clear. Go celebrate. Thank you so much. I did a good job today. Lisomo says, Know who you are. Know your power. I love it. Thank you, Lesiho. Thank you for joining us. Tabi saying sales. Nailed it. Washing hands. Good advice. Thank you. Thank you, Tabi saying. Nopamela says, thank you for the session. They are always so informative. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please click on that share button. Murendi Miss, you are late. Don't worry. The recording is always here for you. Thank you so much, Lajoyo Miss. Thank you, guys. It's 7 o'clock. Yay. We are done at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much, guys. Please have a great night. Please make sure that you pray to not get COVID. That's all we can do at this point. Make sure you pray for others to not get COVID. Make sure you ask God to forgive you where you've done wrong. Ask God to help you not heal anybody for your own purposes. So when you see somebody you want to fix for your own purpose, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Every time you want to heal a person for your own purpose, you're killing them. Leave them alone. Only heal the people that God said heal. The rest, walk away nicely and slowly. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.